Erased does not fail to surprise every time. These cliffhangers at the end, though, every single episode for the past 4 or 5 episodes have been, oh my god, the endings. And then to add insult to injury, they don't even show us previews to the next episode anymore. I think like the first 2 episodes of this show, they had like a 15-second preview, but nope, all we get is the anticipation for the next 7 days of waiting. God damn it. But the ending, for some reason, I think we've seen that coat before, that jacket. It looks kind of familiar to me. The color, the design of that jacket looks very familiar. I don't know who has it or who's worn it, but I feel like we've seen that before. I may just be thinking too much, but the ending kind of hints that he knows about their hideout. I mean, he has to, of course, because he popped up there. So who is that walked in on Kaio? And the only people that have been there are Satoru, Kaio, of course, Kenya, and the other girl that turns out to be a boy, I think. I forget. But, so either one of them snitched. Maybe they were followed. But, I don't know. Just Kenya's like observations throughout this entire chapter, just seeing how smart he is, and even making up the thing about the book, knowing that it's not true, that kind of hints that he knows about the revival, or at the very least he knows Satoru is different. So what if the killer can also revival too? And the reason Kenya is so smart is because he's also an adult in a kid's body. Like, what if Kenya is the killer, but revivaled back? Like, he revivals the same time as Satoru does. That would be a fucking crazy twist. But I think that can kind of explain why no matter what Satoru does to change the future, that his plans keep going awry, because someone's in the fucking bus with her now, assuming, we're assuming that it's the killer or whatever. So how is it that no matter what Satoru does, no matter what he changes, the killer still gets to her, finds her, etc., etc.? So my prediction is that Kenya or someone is also another revival user, and that someone is close enough to Satoru to see what he's doing different so they can adjust their plans. That's what I think. But as far as this episode went, it was amazing. I love the beginning when Satoru was like, I just need to go back one more time, and he was screaming, go back. That gave me chills, and just seeing Kaio right there next to him, and he started crying. The feels in this anime, man. And then, of course, when he saw his mother again, he started crying. And I love how he says, I don't give a fuck what happens to me. I don't care if I go to jail. I'm going to prevent this shit from happening. I'm going to save Kaio. And when his eyes turned red, when he was about to kill her mom, I'm like, damn, I know you want to save Kaio, but don't kill the mom, man. Like, he was so serious about it. I mean, I never thought we would see Satoru's eyes turn red. I was like, fuck. I don't know if he was about to push her down the stairs or if he was about to like break her neck from the back. I don't know, but thankfully Kenya was there. But just the fact that he said that he's been following him around like so much, and like he knows everything that Satoru has done, kind of makes me believe that Kenya has the perfect spot to be the killer. And what I mean by that is, like I mentioned earlier, he could be another revival guy, and he could just, like I said, be following Satoru around, seeing what he's doing different, and kind of adjust his own tactics towards it. But we also got the teacher on this mysterious call, and he had this like red glimmer in his eye. And then suspiciously right after that, we switched over to the scene where that the person got on the bus with Kaio. So of course the teacher is still suspicious as fuck too. Like, we cannot forget him. But I don't know. I just don't see a kid, in a kid's body being that smart as Kenya is, unless he is just a fucking genius, the next Einstein or something. Because for him to see that something is different about his friend, I mean, of course you can see something different is in your friends or whatever, like if you notice him doing something different or acting strange. But the fact that he made up that thing with the book and pretty much asked Satoru, like, who are you? Like, you're not the same person. That is like well above the mentality of his age, I think, personally. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I love the fact that Satoru is giving Kaio what she really wanted, friendship. And she said that her best night, like that was her best night ever, being stuck in a bus with nothing but, you know, a small fire and playing cards. That's kind of sad. I mean, I can understand, especially considering, you know, what she's been through, like how she's been brought up, assuming her mother has been abusing her whole life. I can see how that's a great getaway, but I like to see her smile, man. I'm glad she's finally happy right now, and I really hope she does not die again. She's already died twice. There does not need to be a third time, but Satoru did say this is his final revival, so I'm pretty sure through this timeline, this is going to be the timeline that Satoru actually corrects the way that he wants. But I don't know, the killer supposedly is already in the bus with her, so who knows what the fuck is going to happen. And I love how Satoru's like, you know what, if we get caught, I'm taking the blame. And Kaio's like, nah, we can just say it was my idea and you guys just helped me. So I love Kaio, man. She does not deserve to be abused by parents like this. Her mom is an asshole, and a prediction that I have about why the mom is such an asshole, because she walks the same way every day and she has makeup on whenever she comes home. I think she's a prostitute maybe, and she's just so upset with her life. Like maybe she really doesn't love the guy she's with. She's being, you know, fucked by dudes every day for money just to get by or whatnot, because there was no mention of her going to work besides walking home with makeup on. So, you know, what other job would you have to have makeup on like that to that extent, you know, unless you're like a hairstylist or whatever. Like maybe she just likes to wear makeup. But that's what I'm getting out of what her mother has shown us so far. Maybe she hates her fucking daughter. Like maybe her daughter is a product of one of her clients of prostitution or whatever. I don't know, but that's truly what I think is going on with her, why she's so mean to her daughter, because she didn't really ask for her. Maybe Kaio is an accident or whatever. But I mean, that's not a justifiable reason. Like, that's horrible. Like, you know, whatever. But I think that's the case. I think that's what's going on with Kaio's mom and hers relationship. But tell me what you guys think about the killer. I'm so fucking confused. I'm ready for the next episode. I wish that I can revival forward 7 days just so I can see what the fuck happens next. But do you think Kenya is the killer, but he can revival also? Because I think maybe I saw an interesting theory that maybe Satoru got this revival power around this age anyway, because the farthest back we've heard about him revivaling, or however you say that, was around this age anyway, because his mom mentioned when he was around this age that he said something about a building catching fire or something like that. And maybe he's close to someone that could revival and somehow it rubbed off on him. So either the teacher or maybe Kenya can revival also. I don't fucking know. And that would kind of explain where he gets it from. I do hope they explain why Satoru can do this by the end of it. And if they do explain it, I have a feeling it's going to be something like that. Like, it rubbed off on him. Like, he wasn't born with it, but it kind of got to him. And maybe that's why he can't really control it, because there are hints that it can be controlled, like how he said go back in this episode. He was so determined, and his sheer willpower made him go back instead of it just happening at random. So that kind of suggests that someone has this power, since it can be controlled, kind of, sort of. I don't know. But I don't know, it's a crazy theory. There's a lot of shit to think about in this anime. But tell me what you guys think down below. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.